Nimatullah Savari, or Nimat to his friends, has an extraordinary story. He speaks 5 languages, a skill he used to help the U.S. military as a translator in his home country of Afghanistan.
I want to be a part of this help and support because they're here to help our country. How I can be a kind of support to this movement.
He started in 2010, but by 2015 realized his work was putting his entire family's life in jeopardy.
There was risk in behind of that, and the risk was even could be starting from a very simple torture to losing your life.
So he applied for what is called an SIV, a special immigrant visa. Even though he says he worked to make his country better, he had to give up his home and become a refugee to save himself and his family. When he arrived at Sacramento International, a small group gathered to welcome him.
I can say probably there were 12 or 13 people, which was a super exciting moment for me. I was literally crying at that time.
Genevieve Levy is with the Sacramento Food Bank's Refugee Resettlement Program. She helped Nimat get settled in Sacramento, met him at the airport, even helped him and his wife move into this apartment when they first arrived. He was the second refugee they resettled. She's seen thousands more since.
Sacramento as a whole brought 5,300 individuals. That's refugees and SIVs, about 75% SIVs. 5,300 is a lot.
That's under the SIV program. But the number of refugees accepted under other programs has dropped dramatically, not just in California, but nationwide. And the mix of refugees has also changed. An analysis by KCRA3 and the Associated Press shows that the U.S. will take in about 20,000 refugees this year. That's far below the cap of 45,000 set by the Trump administration. The biggest drop from countries like Iraq, Syria, and other Muslim countries listed as part of President Trump's travel ban.
So the last year of the previous administration, the United States accepted about 85,000 refugees in country, and then that was cut right to below 40, and we're not even on track for that.
In Sacramento County, refugees from Afghanistan alone have plummeted. The most updated numbers are from October 2016 to October of 2017. Those show Sacramento had 50 Afghani refugees. From October 2017 until March of this year, 11. Even those like Nimat with an SIV have dropped. Overall, California took in 6,700 in 2016 to 2017. As of March this year, just 2,600 moved to California.
I was like, look at these guys, they're helping people who they never seen. They don't know who they are.
Nimat was so thankful for the help he got from the Sacramento Food Bank's Refugee Center, he now works for them as a translator. He's also working on getting a law degree from McGeorge and has a son on the way, making a new life in a new land.
When a refugee or an SIV makes the decision to move to a country that's not the first choice, it means that was a decision that they waited a life, and then we were like, okay, this is the life and I want to do this.
But this still isn't home. This is not where people's families are. This isn't where they speak the language. This isn't easy. And I think that's the main important thing to remember from all of this. This isn't people's first choice.
But with the latest federal refugee policies, there are fewer slots available, making it a choice fewer are able to make.